Yes, you've read it right. How to get rich with Solana. My name is mikemadz. Let's start this video. Before we start the video, as always, please do me a huge favor. Please like, comment below, check out my links in the description, and of course, subscribe. We're gonna get to the technicals here shortly. I just want to add something super important. Yes, FTX has a lot of Solana. I think the problem is being overblown here, but either way, I think it's gonna still add selling pressure here to Solana. Yes, Visa made a super bullish post on Solana here recently, but let's forget about the technicals today. Let's forget about the fundamentals today, because we covered those already. If you don't know the fundamentals on Solana, if you don't know what Solana is, you have to take a couple steps back before you invest. Today is simply about making money here, making the most out of the Solana market cycle. So let's focus on that today. Let's get to the charts. So with all this FUD, the FTX FUD here on the horizon, there's one thing for sure. We still have headwinds here for Solana in the next couple of weeks and months. And you have to keep in mind, we are in this time in the cycle where it's looking like there's going to be one more capitulation here before we move to a sustained bull market here in the next year. Okay, this is why it's super important to prepare for that and to have a strategy in place in order to reap the benefits if that scenario plays out. Okay, let's take a look here at the Solana chart. We have a dynamic DCA setup here, DCA approach, but with adjusted allocations here depending on where the SOL price is. Also super important, which most people don't do, we actually have take profit targets here all the way up to $1,000. Super important. Why? Because most people don't do it. Most people ride their token all the way up and all the way down. You have to get disattached from the token. At the end of the day, Solana is simply a tech company, okay? And Solana doesn't care about you, okay? Nor does Solana change the world yet. So make sure to have sell orders here to at least benefit monetarily on the system, okay? Of course, Solana can make a huge change here in the future, but as of now, it's simply a crypto, an altcoin, and let's reap the benefits out of this ecosystem. And it would be dumb just to ride the token all the way up, have massive gains, just to ride it all the way down, just because you're married to your back. Okay, super important. Let's take a look at the levels here. There's different scenarios that can play out. The first DCA level target will be somewhere around $15, $16. That will be a 10% allocation. Why? Just to simply slowly add to your back, okay? Of course, those scenarios don't have to play out, and we might actually just pump up from there, and it's better to have some sort of allocation than just to be left behind, okay? The biggest batch of allocation, in my opinion, should be around somewhere around $13 to $14. $13 to $14 is a super attractive level in the long term, and by this point, you still should have a cash position left in order to reap the benefits if we retest those lows, okay? 20% here should be around the $9-10 level, and you still have cash left for the worst case scenario for a double bottom at $8. Okay, so in this case, you're safe either way. You have an allocation here at $15. If we retest that level and shoot up from here, you at least have some sort of allocation, and you can even start adding more if that downtrend here it gets invalidated. Still have time to add more on the way up. 60% here at $13 just gives you a nice average on Solana here, with 20% here at 10 and 10% for the worst case scenario. So in this way, you're covered either way. You have a nice average on Solana and you reap the benefits here of this downtrend. But you have to keep in mind here, the sentiment down here will be absolutely terrible. Most people will call here for Solana to be dead, for most altcoins to be dead, but this will be the time where altcoins finally bottom here against Bitcoin. And this will be the time where we go in heavy. I think this is a great plan here in order to create substantial difference in your life. And the most important thing, in order for you to create financial freedom, and with that comes time freedom, okay? You don't want to be locked up somewhere where you're not happy to be. You want financial freedom, and with that comes freedom to travel, freedom to be wherever you want, and freedom to do what you actually want to do. So look at Solana this way. Don't marry your bags. I know Solana is amazing on a technical level, but it's still don't marry your bags. Super important. All right, let's talk about the take profit levels here. I didn't add any percentages. Why? Because it depends on the person. Okay, if you are fine with, let's say, the 60% allocation being in the plus of around 300%, if you're fine with that, and if it makes a difference in your life, it's time to take profit, and it's time to take a bigger profit here. If it's not a big difference for you, then it's better to ride things up. And especially if we have that target of around $1,000 for Solana, it's still important to have some tokens left here for the dream scenario where Solana reaches $1,000. Is it possible? Yes, it's 100% possible. I know at this stage, most people are in disbelief, most people gave up, but it is definitely a possibility. So It would be a shame to have no tokens left and to see Solana shoot all the way up to $1,000. Of course, as of now, things are looking bad here. FTX came out with their holdings, and we are in this time where the market is not looking too crispy here. Yes, we had a relief rally here because Bitcoin had a dead cross. Usually, guys, if you look at dead crosses, they resolve first in a pump and then with the continuation of the downtrend. So don't get your hopes up yet, but also don't lose hope, because we are getting close to the time here where the market reverses here and you finally see some green in your portfolio. Okay, so once again here, the price targets for Solana, it is not bad to take profits here at 50, to take profits here at 80, to take profits definitely at 150, and of course at the prior all-time high. I would take a substantial amount of profit, but I still would have a decent amount of tokens here left in order to take profit here at this upper region, this dream scenario for Solana. Okay, so overall, it's a very simple plan. The hardest thing will be what? It will be yourself. It will be your emotions, and it will depend on what thesis you believe in. If you believe that we still have one more capitulation left, then this strategy is great. If you believe that the bottom is in here and that most people are wrong, and if you believe that prior cycles don't mean a thing and market structure doesn't really matter, and you think that we're bottomed here, then of course this strategy will let you stay behind with no tokens if you don't have a bag. Okay? Super important, one last thing. If you already have a Solana position, which most viewers already do, including myself, and that position is an average around $12, $13, I think it's just best to sit back and to watch what Solana does, okay? If you already have a decent bag, there's no need to increase your risk. Just sit back here, relax. The next couple months might be hard, but I think 2024 will be much better, okay? At the end of the day, guys, the most important thing as always is be bullish on yourself, always. Do your own research, and the most important thing is, as always, don't get wrecked.